So Brolin, after playing so many LANs this year, was it a relief kind of to have an online group stage instead?
I will say both yes and no. I think in a positive way it's a tough schedule at the moment, and we can try to have some off time, not off time, but like some time at home at least. But in the same way, I think it's always nice to play on LAN. There's always more fun and more energy, more hype around it, and yeah. But I think if I say a positive thing, it's always nice to be home and try to do something different. But yeah.
And it was had some mixed results, but you managed to make it to London. So, how would you describe going through that group stage in general?
I would say, like, of course we lost with Furia, but in the same way I think it was pretty smooth. We did not play that good versus Imperial, especially in the first map, but then we managed to win, and we had a good last two maps, and yeah, versus GT I think we had that under control most of the times, but with Furia I think they're a good team and they are improving a lot recently, and they're really good. But if you look at that, I think we played really good, especially this group stage.
So what do you think went wrong in the final match then, the one to qualify for the semis? Was it just about fatigue or not playing up to the level you normally do? Or?
I mean, of course there's a lot of details at the moment we try to fix, but yeah, we mostly, I would say that more to details. We're losing some important clutches and some important like important like X and X situations where we should win. Yeah, a lot of multi kills and these things, but yeah, it's been we are not maybe a little bit disconnected on our T sides and maybe mostly else, but I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it, and we are trying to improve it more and more after the games, for example.
So you've had a really good season so far with MOUZ, the first one and this one so far. What has it been like for you to become an IGL, and do you think you're still developing as an IGL?
Yeah, it takes a long time to be really good, I feel. No, I try to develop as much as I can at the moment, and I do it a good job, I would say, but I can always improve. Try to take some like tips and tricks from from others and from my coach especially, and try to help, try to get as much help as I can, but mostly maybe try to improve my leader role as well. It's not only calling, and so I'll say maybe more of a leader role. I want to improve, if I say so.
So can you tell me something about being an IGL that you've surprised yourself at? Let's just say that you surprised yourself at how good you were at it, and something that's been more difficult about being an IGL.
Most difficult is basically, I would say maybe, of course it's really nice if you win, but when you actually lose it's really hard to it's pretty hard to like have the momentum with you, if I say so. But I'll say maybe it's that of course it's a hard process and you need to work basically a lot, but I think maybe the most what I've been really good at, I feel, and a lot. I would say maybe some things, but I think if I think about, it's like try to be in the metas of playing, and try to develop as much as I can as fast as I can as well. So I'll say that.
When you were on Fnatic and you were the star player of Fnatic, did you ever envision yourself being the IGL, or was it something that just came upon you?
I'll say it came as not like a surprise, if I say so, but I didn't think about it doing Fnatic in these things, but no. I'll say it was really a surprise for me coming to this year to become an IGL, but we needed something to do, someone to do it, and the coaching staff asked me to do it, and I had a lot of experience from it. So
yeah, right. So we've seen you have a lot of success so far in the first and second season. It's just that normally in the semifinals, when it gets to the finals and you have to play against, for instance, like a Vitality or a Spirit, it becomes a bit problematic for you guys. Would you say that there's any particular reason, one thing that maybe those teams have that makes it easier for them to be consistent in that type of situation? Is there some sort of difficulty for you guys that makes it hard to kind of close out and win these trophies?
I would say like maybe we are a little bit disconnected when it comes to like the pressure situations, and we're not showing up as we usually do, but yeah, the good teams are really good at punishing you for small mistakes, as the other teams maybe don't do. And yeah, sometimes, mostly in the later state of the tournaments, we usually play not that good as we usually should do. And yeah, I think that's it. I mean, of course, we lose a lot of times with the Spirit this season. Last season was Vitality, so there's good teams around it.
So actually, what's kind of interesting is that you used to beat Spirit a lot, actually, when you used to play them, and now that's kind of gone the other way a little bit. Do you think something's changed in them? Something about them that makes them harder to play? And also, at this tournament, they're not here, so do you think that opens up a chance for you guys?
Yeah, man. Of course, I think Spirit is a good team, but they are not unbeatable, and I think we have a really good chance to beat them as well. Like when we played them last season, we won all 3 times, and this season so far they won 3 times. But we won them in the last. We knocked them out in the last major, so I think it was. Of course, they've been playing really good recently, and but there's a lot of good momentum when you play taking up like a honeymoon, if I say so. But I would say they play in a honeymoon, of course, but. I think they're not unbeatable. I would say there's not the same thing as we had versus Vitality, for example. And when we play Spirit, we're really close on some maps, and we should win some maps, but they managed to come back and these things. So.
Right. So I want to talk a bit about the coaches you have, Cyclone and Zibnix. Do they kind of help you create a structure around the team?
Yeah, of course they are. They're always behind the scenes and helping everyone, and especially me as well. Especially like Cyclone is helping me with the calling wise and these things. So. Yeah, they do a lot. They try to develop our playbook as much as possible and try to be aware of things, if I say so.
And your style of IGLing, is it more about allowing freedom to the players, or is it about being more disciplined and structured?
I try to figure it out myself more and more, but I always try to. I always been an aggressive guy, and I think that's maybe most of the things. But yeah, most aggressive style and. I'll say give more freedom to my players. I'll say, as I said before. I mean, I didn't say it before, but like CTSI, for example, Surgeon is calling a lot, and especially with Torsi as well. So they have a lot of freedom, especially on CTSIs. But I try to adapt to it and give them more freedom on some T-sides as well.
Cool. I just wanted to ask you one more question that's besides MOUZ and your team. Who do you think the best player of 2025 is so far, if you had to put all of 2025 together?
I'll say Donk. I think Donk is at the moment the best. Maybe not for the whole 25, but I mean it's hard to say. It's choose between Cyber and Donk, of course, and I think Cyber has been really good the last season, but all Donk is as a rifler, and he's just full going first all the time, and he's still developing. He's still getting the statistics. He's just insane, I think, and yeah.
And he also plays kind of a style similar to yours, so do you kind of see it as more impressive even because he's playing like a similar style and he's having so much impact?
Yeah, well, of course. I've been the star player as he was before, and the space creator-ish, and it's impressive that he's still putting up numbers, and you can easily see he's insane, and yeah, it's more impressive that he's just a rifler and space creator and entry and these things.
Okay. Thank you, Brolin.